How's it going, guys? This is going to be one of a few parts in a series showing me build and restore this Wilton 450S really to my tastes. And so I wanted to take a moment in this video just to show you where I've started, show you where it's going. I've gone ahead and started my disassembly, but I do want to take a moment to talk about my decision to go ahead and restore this vise. So recently I picked up this snap-on toolbox, retired from a mechanic, in pretty nice shape. I've done my own little restoration with this thing with polishing it up. And anyway, off the tangent, let's talk about this vise. So this is something that I went ahead and picked up from Fountain, Colorado today. It's got a date of 1984. 1984 actually represents 5 years after it was retired. So this vise was built in 1979, and I've been searching for a vise here. As I was upgrading my toolbox, I went ahead and went out to Harbor Freight to look for some random stuff for this new box. And while I was there, I couldn't help but notice Harbor Freight has actually changed the vices that they offer. Instead of offering the Forge vices, which is what I've ran for, I want to say this is a vise that I've used for probably at least 10 years, something along those lines. This thing doesn't weigh much. It works great, just a generic vise. But instead of continuing to run this vise, and instead of going to a Doyle, I've seen over the years some pretty slick vices. And these Wiltons, this is a bullet style Wilton, these are definitely my favorites that are out there. And so with that being said, scoured all over the place, found this in Fountain, Colorado on Craigslist. There's a gentleman with this guy for sale, made him an offer. He had it for sale overpriced, I would say. He had it out there for 3 months. And so I sent him, I would say, a pretty reasonable offer. He took it and, couldn't be happier to pick it up. I have looked at a few of these Wiltons online. These are on Facebook, and, that's, of course, Facebook is where the secondhand market is now, right? To try to find some deals. At least here in Colorado, that's where I can tell you they are. But as I was looking for these Wiltons, there's a lot of them out there. People are asking quite a bit of money for them. And, these things are old. These things are old and they get used. The reason I was so excited to get this one is because of its condition. Yes, it looks pretty nasty right now, guys. I get it. But I've taken a look at quite a few of these online, and a lot of these are just really dinged up. A lot of these have a lot of bad scratches in them, a lot of deep dings in them, right? Someone using a hammer and just missing with the hammer. Someone grinding something and the grinder going a little too far and hitting the vise itself. Super happy to say that on this guy, yes, it's got some wear, but the anvil here, super clean. Both sides look like this, right? You're not looking at an anvil that's just, dinged all over the place. This thing, again, it's been used, but it's not been abused. And so at any rate, this is the vise that I picked up. I've gone ahead and started my restoration. I've never done one of these, by the way, but it's metal. At the end of the day, it doesn't look too tough. I've started taking it apart. You can see this guy spins right off. There's a plate here and some screws that came out nicely. And the first thing that I want to share with you, something that I'm paying attention to, is what did they pack this with in terms of a grease or a lubricant or a wax, and how smoothly does it operate. And so I'm going to shut up for just a second and record what that sounds like. It's definitely heavy. Not only is it heavy, but it's gritty. This is a heavy thing. I don't expect it to be light, but I suspect we can get this thing to operate quite a bit more smoothly. And as I've started my disassembly, the jaws here, they're packed with stuff, but the teeth are actually really clean. I did run into an issue with one of these screws, or bolts rather, and it did have a broken off Allen key in there. So super lucky to have gotten this guy out without having to bust out the welder and really, having to weld up a nut to this guy or figuring out some way to go about it. Just gave it a couple of whacks with a hammer to shake it loose, put some liquid wrench in there, and I was able to actually get it out, so without causing too much fuss. So that's awesome that this came out easy. Everything else has started to come apart pretty well. What is this packed with? Well, if you ask me, this looks like your generic oil, or excuse me, generic grease, just straight up black automotive grease that they've gone ahead and packed this thing with. And to me, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Taking a look at the other side here, let me go ahead and just take this guy out all the way. I took this guy out too. This will actually show you a little bit better. This grease that you have within the, I guess you would call those teeth, or the threads, excuse me. They've got this type of grease, and I don't know if it's the same. This could be a mixture of rust and that grease, or it could be grease here and a wax that was used along with it. I don't know. I'm definitely going to get it out of there. Never done this before, so definitely it's an adventure and a messy adventure. But we're going to go through it. Next thing I need to do, these are hidden pins that they have here. I've started them on both sides and just kind of lubed them up. These guys will come out. This back will go ahead and pop off. Once I've done that, I can really start. The only thing I've done to this so far as cleaning goes, I did hit it with some brake clean all the way around just to get off the stuff that I've got here initially. The next thing, and this is going to be the real messy part, getting this junk off. So a friend recommended to me some oven cleaner, so I think that's a good call. I'm going to go ahead and get started with that after I continue to get this thing taken apart. But this is the first video. Just wanted to take a moment to show you the vise, show you the project, see where it's at so far. And these jaws, by the way, totally going to reuse these. I was going to order some new ones, but these suckers are clean. So anyway, very cool. Not too bad. I mean, I could see how if I would have gotten one that swivels and you had something stuck, let's say these pins that I started didn't want to get out of their home. Let's say, I don't know, something were just seized up. I could see how it would definitely be a bigger job where I would need to call some reinforcements, and I don't even know who the heck I would call, or go out there and buy some kind of press or something. But I haven't ran into any issues like that, and I'm just, so far so good. We're rolling. It's smooth, and let's go ahead and start to degrease this thing. After I degrease it, I am going to hit it with a wire wheel. After I hit it with a wire wheel, where I do have deep enough dings, I don't know. See, this is just paint. You can't actually feel anything. Wherever I do have a deep ding, I am going to fill it in with JB Weld and then sand it. So there aren't too many spots where I'm going to need to do that, but wire wheel all over the place, oven cleaner, maybe some mineral spirits. I don't know. Again, first time I've done one of these, but pretty excited for it. And man, is it going to look good. Thinking of cream white with red lettering, like super bright. Talking about that, fire truck, bright red, almost orange lettering. So this thing's going to come out real good. Real good. All right, guys, take it easy. This is my first one of these that I've done. I don't think that I'll do another one, but that's just kind of how projects go, right? If you really enjoy something, others end up finding their way to your house somehow. So let's just see. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys have an awesome day.